Alright, good evening everyone, welcome to the channel. Tonight we are in our multiplayer server with our Minecraft SMP, and we got ourselves a decent run last week. We'll see how much longer we go tonight, but not 100% sure how long we'll go with this session, but we'll give it a crack. Alright, so, alright. Wait for it all load in, we'll go into build mode. Alright, this is where we're going to be building our next build. Where'd that go? Up there. Alright, so, difficulty I have with this particular build is it is angled. So, it's going to be difficult to give it an appropriate there's this tiles, roof tiles. Go diorite. Well, actually, I will go diorite. Okay, and we'll take the wall as well. Alright, then we're going to be putting stone blocks in. Mossy stone over here. Right, and we'll go like a gravelly surface, which will be more like a andesite. Alright, so the difficulty here is it's built on an angle, and so the design I got, the map of the plan I've got has it as the main parts of the building angled, and I'm going to try and then convert it back to a straight line and then work out how then to build the angled part. Is there's it doesn't quite go at right angles in the middle, even if I reoriented the building to have it mainly along the straight axes. There is an angled part in the middle, and I just double check, does it show up as such? Yes it does, so I'm going to work out a way to do that. That's a problem for future me as I get to it. Alright, but 1, 2, 6. Okay, we're going to come across here 6. Okay. And I should probably take a mossy stone brick wall. And we'll put like that. And then it's actually timber, and we're going to go spruce, I think. And it's a 2 wide. I mean, practically, we'll go 3. And as far as I can tell, it's a dry moat, such as it exists. But the real building, the real castle, is actually built into the cave system, because the cave system provides security. Alright, now what did I say? I was going to go white, wasn't I? Alright, so we'll start building there. Have a quick check. There's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 floors. And the first floor, there's no base, well, there's a basement, but it's not under here. So 4 floors from here. If we make that the interior, generally we go 1, 2, 3, 4. Then there's a floor, so that's 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4. Double check. 1, 2, 3. Yep, 4 floors, and then a roof line. The roof line is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. So you do a roof line along here, like this. Yeah, whatever. Alright, so there's... Is that the short side? No, that's basically the tall. So we've got a roof line there. This little bit might get cut back a bit. That works, unless I want to lower it. I want to lower it? Actually, if I bring it down... How many levels is that? That's 1, 2, 3... Bring it down 3 blocks. Bring it back. One, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, hang on. I've gone up too far. I have. I guess 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah, and a floor. Duh. And that's the ceiling line. Much better, because it is actually tucked under the cave. Alright, so we come down here. Alright, so I'm going to pull this wall back to about here before I start building it up. Actually, if we bring this in naturally, well, somewhat naturally, we reinforce the back here. Like that. that seems to work okay. We now come across into the building. There's the roof line. Okay, now let's actually see if I can't step out these distances. Okay, so that's floor level. So from the corner it'd be 1, 2, then a window. 1, 2, then a window. Okay, then here's the angled part. Which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks long. And then we go back to the horizontal. One, 2, 3. Narrow window. 2, 3. 4. Narrow window. That actually looks like it might work. Yeah, no, that is... I think that's the correct distancing. Okay, so then that becomes... an interior width of 3, I think. Okay, that's the hallway. 1, 2, 3. The door goes... we'll go doorway. Go a double door like that. And there's like an internal wall. And if I've got that right, it'll be 3 internal walkway. That room is about the same size as there. Got stairways and everything else. All right. Alright, and then there's a window in here. Nothing on the back wall because it goes into the building, into the castle, into the... what I'm trying to say. Into the cave. Begin with a K. Window 1, window 2 is where the doorway is. And then there's an internal staircase, which should be directly opposite the big window. Yes. I need spruce stairs. There we go. There's a staircase. Alright, we will actually put slabs down. Alright, and I believe it sits on stone, so we're going to probably obviously fill that in decoratively underneath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Alright, that works. Yep, that works. And then, in fact, we even gives a like a sally port there as well. We'll work that out in due course. Alright, so the floors as they go up, that internal wall is the same on the second floor. So that's the floor. That's one. Okay. Okay, and then it has a window out the front, which appears to be kind of similar to... Okay, 1, 2, 3. Yep, roof line. 4. Okay. And in fact, it looks like that continues up as well. Okay, so we've got 2, and then the third floor actually increases that. One, two, three. Fourth floor actually has 2 ports. Yes. But it has nothing again up until the top wall. Like that. And it looks like it's going to be a fairly small window. Actually, they are fairly tall. We'll go 2 high windows. except for these ones, which are actually small, give or take. And it's almost like it's got a firing point. It is a firing point. Huh. One, two, three, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that. So that's like that. 1, 2, 3, and then when they get to the 4th floor, it's, yeah, on for young and old. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 look exactly the same. Actually, it's the 4th floor. Well, 3rd floor for the main one, we start getting changes. 4th floor for the other, where we get other changes. So these, whoop. These stay the same. Beautiful, I think. However, the 4th floor, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4th floor, we'll just put some maintenance in so I can kind of see what I'm doing. Floor 2 for them. No changes. This wall is correct. Except for the roof line. Okay. So you need to come back this way a long way. Better, I think. Okay, so 3rd layer. Third layer here introduces a 3rd. Oh, not equally, not equally measured though. Alright, still. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You're going to get one there. You're going to get one there. And we'll put one there. A little bit off center, but that's the way it is. And then when it comes up to the roof line here, this wall, this line becomes a solid wall. Let me put windows in. Both lanterns in. Double check that. Actually, no, it doesn't. One, two, three, four. It actually goes to a 5th level. Because two parts of the diagram are wrong. Okay, what it looks to be is... Actually, it steps down. It's not actually a 1, 2... So it actually comes, like, down like that. Yeah, because the picture doesn't show it. It's not a complete level down. Like half a level. In fact, staircases actually kind of shows that this level sticks out. Not quite sure how this is supposed to work. Well, actually, no, I do have an idea. Alright, that's better. Alright, so this one on the end here comes up to a 3rd floor. Then a 4th floor. And then it's a 5th floor with an open terrace. Like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Open. And then a roof. And that's about as high up as it goes. In fact, there's one room further back. Come outside, look at the tower. Yeah, no, we got tons of space. And in fact, that's fitting in beautiful already. In fact, let's keep building this up. Oh, don't fall down. And that, well, I don't have a deep slate block. I probably should give myself a deep slate block, really. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, it's like there's a wish Minecraft and an undo button sometimes, but anyway. I'll be honest, I don't know how far back into the wall that goes. I mean, I think the wall starts behind the tower as such. I don't think that's quite square. Ish. I'll have to fix that in just a sec. We'll have a look. Does that tower... I mean, the tower looks like it does go back into the... But like we can certainly... call it like this wide at least. But it certainly, when it goes into the back, does take into the natural, like, does become part of the natural wall. Alright, let's, poop. Let's go to the back, fix this up. It's relatively square. And it definitely moves into the back of the cast. It moves into the back wall there, definitely. I mean, I'm tempted just to put like a... I don't need the mossy stone brick wall anymore, but I will put a deep slate brick wall. Yeah. I think I actually need to drop this another level. Because what this has got here is a wall line that is a roof line, sorry, that covers the part one back. It intercepts up there, which is fine. But it's got to cover the hallway. The interior hallway changes slightly. So it's got to cover the full width. So it's only... okay, middle of the path there. So it should really go deep slate bricks. Like that. And then 1, 2, 3. Alright, that's that done. And in fact it has a turn at the back there to cover the stairs. So let's come around the back. Let's go through one of these windows. There. So let's see now. That's a roof line. That's the back of the internal wall. In fact, that will be a wall the whole way up. And so we get up here. There's going to be a little bit of roof line manipulation. Again, trying to get the build to work at the scale. A little bit difficult. Okay, so that's the back wall there. So a roof line will definitively finish on the outer edge. In fact, that comes a couple of blocks short. Right. So this seems to just like merge into the back, into the brick, so into the stone. I'll go there, there, that's gonna, there we go. Gonna do that. And then gonna have to do that because it's below the line. Actually, no, it won't. It'll go down there because it's below the line. And then it will go along like that. Okay, well, that's the front part's really cracking along. And in fact, so this then pushes back. Alright, so that back wall here is basically the back wall of the build. Okay, so that then runs... I'm sorry, how far across was I? 1030. Alright, we'll dig back into 1030 from here. And in fact, what happens here, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks internal, but what it does is it comes back at 90 degrees. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. And in fact, what we have here is, that is straight, yep. And it plays a gap, except for the wall bit, so that'll just go... I haven't fixed that properly, but that's okay. What happens is this intersects like that. I think it actually goes one more. Oops. Is according to the diagram, it intersects like that. Which is close enough to 1030. Yep. In that case, that connects there, that connects there. There's a block under there. And how far back? That comes back a bit further than it should. We'll burn that bridge later. Okay, so the facade and the roof and the front tower are done. There's a firing position up here. Yep. And that then has a roof that pushes back and around. That back tower is as tall as the front tower. It should be... Right, much better firing position. It then has a roof line that's really weird. And it goes back not as far as the entire wall, which is solid. Okay, and it's definitely to that height out here, so we can just go eh, eh, eh. fact, 1, 2, 3, 4. It does go to a 5th level. And there's a tower and the back goes even higher. But when it comes up to this level, in fact, so it'll come down another one. There's 2 windows, 2 windows, 3 windows. 2, 2, 2, 3. Good job. If I go to the diagram, it does actually fit a 3rd window. Maybe we come down and sort this out then. Alright, so alright, 2, 2, 2. Three, and then no window. Okay, it's going to have 4 levels of windows, and then a blank wall. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a blank wall. Yep. Question is, where do I put the 4th window up here? They line up underneath. I honestly don't know. I mean, I could go just with a big window. Because it does have big windows scattered around, and it does appear that that is a significant room all by itself. Yeah. It does. G'day, why is this live? How are you? Alright, okay, so we'll go over rest. Bring up the wall line. Might have to actually put the occasional ceiling light torch lantern at the top part. Alright, so we've got there. Right. And then it gives another floor. So that's 1, 2, 3 floor height. So that becomes 1, 2, 3. But what happens is it's actually a level down. Not hugely down, just one block. Let's come inside and set our floors. There's 1 there, 2 there, 3 there, 4 there, 5 there. Alright, I can't see what I'm doing back here. No, not that, not that. Okay, stairs. Alright, that's the angled roof line. This says it comes in 1 down. I could go... And it's under roof line, but it's like it's a barracks. Because that will give that the offset it needs. Alternatively, if I just go at that level, it's still below. It came down to... Doesn't step down as far. No, it does need to be 2. That wall looks funny without it. Okay, so that comes out like that. This comes out like that. Now, this is... it does push back, but it only pushes back till it meets. And then there's a tower at the back. I mean, that's working. It's looking quite nice. Get rid of these. I mean, the main parts of the castle are done. I mean, I haven't done the interiors or the back walls, but the front wall is done. The roof lines are being done. This roof line back here goes back until it hits wall, cave, basically. That's far enough back, I think. Is that... No, there's another one back. That is the back, though. It is. Uh... Actually, only goes back 3. Then it goes into like a... Yeah, I'll pay that. I don't think... Yeah, no, that roof line's really weird. Really, really, really weird. G'day, Andre. How are you, mate? How's your trip? This comes back higher, though. You enjoyed the food. Well, that doesn't sound like you now, does it? Okay, so that actually then starts coming across like... don't fall down. Like that. But again, I'm not sure how far back this comes. Ah, I only started it tonight. I'm sure you might recognize... You might recognize what it is. It's not finished yet, clearly. But it is based on a real place. Probably not far from where you are. Well, not far in relative terms. Not far in Australian terms. So the front of it's working. I just gotta get this roof line all sauteed, and then I should be good to push the next level. Well, the back part of it. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. It pushes back the whole room width. And then there's one more tower. And we should be good from there. Alright, so I need to work out the internal width. We also want spruce planks. Yes, we do. You have a better idea. Now you got to be careful with ideas. There are those apples. Go inside and measure out this room width. Okay, so it's 1, 2. That's one bed. Don't know. I know trapdoors stop them. 2, 3. 1, 2. There we go. That's the full width. So bed, 1, 2, 3, bed. And if I scroll down and look at the dimensions, everywhere else, bed, 2, 3. Well, yep, that's good. That works. That kind of works. We're good. Which then means that that is the back wall. Of my roof line. We come back down. I actually don't. Well, it does go the whole depth. Still don't know that it works that like that. Quick way to test. I don't have a workstation. No, I don't. You don't know if they path to make the... Here we go. There you go. Yeah, they can path over. Alright, let's reduce the ceiling height to definitely 2. And put another carpet in to make sure they can't just reach out. Ah, there you go. Let's drop in another couple. There you go, Andre. Is that good enough for your experimental requirements? I keep building up here. Yeah, I think this roof line's high enough. Well, don't fall down. Or do fall down, either way. Alright, so there, I mean, that roof line does look excessive as it goes back. How about I just put a normal roof line in? Which would be 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2. Alright, now that doesn't seem too excessive. And that's the back wall. In fact, that back wall does exist at this level. And this level is actually a wall, and there's going to be a door. The door is back here. And clearly there's no windows on the back here. Okay, so that goes out there. There's going to be paved area in here, which is about this wide. And then it, widens out to there. And in fact, it then goes one wide to the back corner. And it's 2 wide from here. One, two, three, and then that is the absolute back wall of the cave system. I'm going to come out. Let me put a bed down. There. Alright, so let's come through the back here. Let's put some lanterns down so I can see what I'm doing. That way. Alright. So we then have 1, 2, 3. the tiniest little room at the back here? I don't know. Question is, does that carry on down? No, but there is a floor level below it that I honestly don't know how that's supposed to fit in. I'll work it out. That's only the level of this. That's floor level. That's only this level. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it goes up 2 levels. So 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. The flooring in. And in fact, it's a window, not a not a door on this side. A window there, but it's a door there. Right, and then there's actually a set of stairs. I did have a set of stairs that run up the outer wall here. So that's the interior. Oh, don't go too far. And in fact, it's probably going to be slabbed rather than... But the entrance up here is here. So that gets a door there. Comes up here, there's a bolt hole there, there's a door there. There's a tiny little window on the far side. No more windows at this level. Alright, so that's that done there as well. Whoop, where did... Okay, so I definitely need to finish these ceilings, so these roof lines. Okay. Okay, that's there. Yeah, just from the diagram, it doesn't show that top one, but it does show that that is fully roofed. Oh, and if you're still hanging around, Andre, I'm going to have a look at how our villager friend is going in sleep time. I'll put 2 villagers in too high with a carpet, as you were asking, and it would appear, no, they cannot reach their job block. Remove the carpet, they can move. Get them within 1, they can reach. So it's Yeah. Beyond that, no. I had a mossy block there before, didn't I? I did. Like that. Alright, so let's finish off the back bit here. Okay, so... Three! And in fact, that is actually pretty realistic for the actual castle. There is a secret back entrance kind of thing, because it's basically a smuggler's castle. So it's a safe bolt hole for the local lord, who was by nature a smuggler. And there was, like, it backs into a cave system, but at the same time they did have an upper level, like a ground level cliff top access point that was presumably heavily guarded. Three! Okay, now that's that way. If I put a lantern on the very top, that kind of gives me, like, the upper level that we're going to farm this back to. Right, double check. Yep, the entire thing is not completely exposed. I got roof lines showing back here. This will come back. Like that sort of thing. Yes, that works. Although, I had a feeling this is going to want to angle back as well. Like at that level? No, at that level. Yeah. And that gives us the full height out the back. There's no windows there. There's windows out this side. But we don't actually see... Like, it gives us another meter back here, which we have for sure, but it's blocked like that. Okay, now those levels, that's one. We come back inside down to this level. Okay, that's done properly there. Okay, so that's that floor. There is also... I don't buy that. A level down. That level. What it has is, we're going to put this back wall in. So it's a door, floor above. Down here. There's going to be another bed, actually. Actually, no. What we have here is actually a doorway. Yep, this is the room with the double window in it. Okay, and this wall is not quite intact like that. How do we get up that next level? Oh, sorry, it stairs out the back. Okay, there's a window and a door. There's nothing on the floor above, so it's not necessarily an issue. Right, there's a door there. Mid door over here. And a window there. Actually, this bit doesn't have to be symmetrical. Really. And there's a door there. Alright, so this pushes back as far as the level above it does. And if I look at the picture, it's actually like an arch. Like that. And then there's a window above it, or that asks for 2 windows. There you go. That's actually seen all the way up. Okay, so there's the rear extent. But it goes straight up. But it only comes back there. Right, there. Comes out 3. Widens to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at the front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like that. And that actually sits on top of a small outbuilding, which comes which just sticks out of the rock. Well, there you go. There's actually a little building off this level. Small building off this level, and then that drops straight down otherwise. There's like a like that. And this is still drop straight down. As well, and there are windows on that little, nope, just the one level. Um, there's a window. It kinda has a window after that. And oh, that's right. There's the midpoint. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, wait. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2, 3, 4. One, two. Yeah, it doesn't quite work. I mean, certainly a nice concept, unless the wall here leans back, but no indications are that it does. Okay, there's the main room, there's the dining, 2 levels down. Actually, that is the midpoint. Yeah, these diagrams don't make sense, really. Unless I push that back. In order to get that to fit, I need to pull that wall back too. Which means give that a bigger overhang. Oh yes, that really. I mean, those windows probably should be smaller, but hey, because can't be choosers. Then we go up here under this level, and there's like a little garderobe type thing back here. It is a garderobe. And does it have a roof? Roof. It does. Has a tiny little roof, and it even has a window for letting bad smells out, I guess. Um, hmm. Alright, so then this follows this around here, goes back one, and then forms a door. A door there. A door there. And so, door there. There's a door there. A door there. Okay, it comes forward to here. Okay, and it should be live rock. We go scrolling up. It's paved? Something. Anyway, this turns into proper flooring. Alright, so I get to here. What am I looking at? There's a staircase that goes up. And a staircase that goes down. Whoops. Alright, so this one has its door here. And it's basically a solid back wall. And if I've got this right, then it's going to come through. And we should then have another internal doorway in here to there, which works. Like that, and that's into the kitchen. Like that. Right, so this is actually a dining room. That's right there like that. Okay, so the door here, that's the extent of the far side thing. So what we have here then is going to be a 2-wide staircase. One, two, three, four, five. Like what I can do is I can bring that down, bring that out. Make life a little simpler. I don't think that's enough headroom. No, it's not. Alright, so we're there. And we'll put a torch, a lantern, sorry, in there. That seems to work. Huh. Doesn't quite make sense with the diagram I'm looking at. Hmm. Now, if I got this right, this should be right in the middle. Right in the middle. Got that one wrong. You did? Well, did you see my demonstrator for you of that the carpets weren't going to work? So the carpets do stop if you only got a too high path for your villager. Carpets will stop them reaching job sites, or will stop them moving through. I mean, well, job sites they can reach over one block, but it will stop them moving. I set my little demonstrator up, and it ran rather well. And I'll admit, I wasn't expecting that. Oop. Night time again. Alright, so... No, that's all the way through. Like that. Now it actually suggests, again the diagram suggests that there is an ever so slight access behind this wall. Alright, I better put some lanterns out. Alright, so this then has... If I look down, how does that access... Yeah, I think this is a little bit off. Or at least it's off for the Minecraft scale. Yeah, it doesn't quite fit. Oh, need to pull it back another couple, but I can't pull it back a couple because the door's there, and this is where this side comes up. I don't know. Because it specifically says 1, 2, 3 that this side comes down here. No, they're very steep staircases according to that diagram. It's like a... Okay, so in the diagram it's got, what, a 2 meter lateral extent, but it goes up an entire floor. No. No. Alright, I'm going to have to reconfigure this. Yeah, but short think. I mean, this one here works well. That one's spaced well. This one, not so great. This one, not so great. But this does seem to be the only way you get up here, which is curious because otherwise the only way to access this is through because there's nothing. Well, I mean, there is something at that level, but it's okay. So that gives there's an interior door all the way down. Hmm. And in fact, the door down here is there. Ah, that's not a full... This floor is actually... I gotta fix this up. Yeah, I can't. That doesn't make sense. Anyway. So this is well and truly the back of the cave. Well, if anything, probably should be a stone, like a slate floor. I don't have slate. I could make it tough. We're looking tough. Tough bricks. Alright, I've had enough andesite. I don't need to make any more roof lines. Okay, have a look out. We're at the right level. We are. Perfect. Most definitely got to put up lanterns in here. Alright, look at the time. I'm going to be calling it relatively soon. And basically it's into the live rock from back here. Huzzah! I don't know why that's got a window, but anyway, whatevs. What's that level? Okay. We can get outside and go and have a quick look. Okay, that needs to be knocked back a bit. Okay, so this interior is the right size. Just haven't put the back on it. And it was just straight up. And in fact, that then starts up there on the inside. In fact, I don't think this stonework is the right thing for the interior. But we'll see. And that becomes a room all on its own. Alright, the next floor has its entry also there. I think I will change the interior. There's something a bit more pleasing. Don't fall down. I mean, not that there's huge numbers of internal walls. There's enough. Again, another internal along here. Now, this last one comes up off the staircase. There's a staircase that runs up, so we'll go there. I wonder if I just do vaulted ceilings. I mean, I could have done that. Let's give vaulted ceilings a crack. Looking at the underside of stairs. No, not vaulted. Well, it is a vaulted ceiling, but it's panelled. That does not make sense. That needs to come up then. Actually, it kind of does make sense. Alright, room 1. I gotta sort out the steering to get up there. That looks like it's gonna be a 3 by, at least a 2 by 3. And then goes off like that. Whereas the ground floor is full width. Double check. Yes, it is. Alright, so I've got, well, I've got the access to the door here. And in fact, there should be a door. It'll go there. Door there. Onto a slate type floor. Just going to come up the staircase. Yep. And keep going up. And so that gives me the same flooring structure up there. And in fact, it's almost a carbon copy of the level below. Again, I'll mark that up. Yeah, another one. Pretty sure this wall here is an outer wall. Alright, and we come down another level. Back wall. Alright, so it's well, kind of internally walled, but anyway. So we're through here. Got our entrance hall. Got two galleries up above us. Yep, we've got a roof line, we've got interior doors, walls, etc. It does say for like a roof line at the back, but we haven't quite got there. I'll give it one more little bit, and then we'll call it a night. Ah, that's the upper window. I get my levels wrong. No, the next level up is... which would have been... that level. It actually has a window at this level, surprisingly enough. And there's a door. It does go all the way to ground level. It does, and in fact there's like a reinforced door. That comes off. Alright, so we come through... Okay, so the door comes forward to here. And it's like a mini passageway, but it's like a reinforced wall. Right, like that. Done. And that makes sense there, that there's a door over here. it's a reinforced door there. And it's actually an internal wall. And there's a window. Okay, so there's no window on that level. But there is a window there. And there is kind of a window up again. I should probably push that back to the right level. Alright, so the other thing we need to also pay attention to is that this should be the back wall of the structure. I mean, I'm okay with it being a little bit more regular at the back. Yeah, so these staircases need some adjusting. Because you're supposed to come out of this room, turn onto a staircase that'll take you to this doorway, which is like a receiving room. And then another staircase here takes you to like a dining room. And then another staircase here, which takes you to, well, it's a chambers, private chambers type thing. There's a garderobe out here. And then, I haven't done it yet, but there's a staircase in the back here, which takes us to this level. which is a barracks, but it has no external lighting. And then there's a tower room on the back, and there's 2 tower rooms on the back, and that is the maximum altitude for the entire place. Now this front tower is done. I've got that working. I got the levels working here. There's a room out the back I haven't done. It's getting this diagonal bit integrated properly. I don't know. I'll be honest, I really don't know. And it does sort of suggest that this is to be treated as an external roof line. Well, I would, except there's no cave behind this at the moment. And then I'm going to basically decorate the bottom bits, get it all integrated nicely, and then we should have everything done. Oh, and rooms, furnished. I still don't quite know what I'm going to do here. I'll work it out next week, I think. I mean, we've achieved quite a lot this week. Let me just hop around and get to some space over this side. I mean, I like how it's looking. It's looking... It's actually looking quite good. Now, how far I expected to get this week, I'll admit, wasn't this far. As we progress, I've got to bring the path in through there, maybe make that a bit more of a deadfall. Connect those down a bit. Maybe drop this hill so that the castle has a bit more of a clear view. I'm also going to put shutters on. There's on the actual castle, they have not the storm shutters, the decorative shutters on at least some of the windows. So I've got to do that. And for one night's work, I think that's worked out quite well. We've got the full depth, well, except for this corner bit here. We've got the depth of the main hall area, I guess, the entrance hall. I guess that's I don't know, what do you call that, really? Gatehouse, almost. And then the main hall, and then there's a tower at the back. Yeah, I think that's sort of working really well so far. And I've got to put all the glass in and tidy up. These walls can certainly have the shutters on them. Some of these windows are a little bit too close. Oh, and I've got to put handrails in. I do that now. Safety first. That really looks nice. Again, I got to get back over the other side. And there are no windows up here for some reason. So, yeah, it's to be worked on. Yeah, the view, that hill could be brought down. Well, I'm not sure with the actual castle how far away the nearest hill in front of it is, but that's too close. Anyway, we'll drop it in the chat, close things out, call it a night. Put some tunes up. Not those tunes. Alrighty, massive thank you to everyone coming out tonight. Regulars, first timers, chatters, lurkers, and everybody in between. Your time here has been very much appreciated, and thank you very much. The channel wouldn't be the same without you all. Alright, what do we got next? Next we have, well, our giveaways. Our giveaway this week is for copy of Wildmender. If you want in on that, head for the Discord, details for which should have just shown up then. Giveaway. Wildmender. Sorry. Yeah, just showing up there. And it's yeah, if you want in on that, head for the Discord. You'll find a channel called multiplayer. No, wrong one. You'll find a channel called. What is going on there? You'll find a channel called Giveaways. Head in there, you'll find a blue button. Click the blue button and you're automatically in the draw. That happens before Sunday stream. Oh, that was weird. That got stuck. On the screen. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Yeah, and it gets drawn automatically before Sunday stream. This Sunday stream is Infamous First Light. We finished the story component, and we're now doing the arena battles to basically fill out the trophies and get it all done. The stream after that is Monday. We are continuing our Mass Effect 1 playthrough. We are currently doing the Insanity run. We're back to the Citadel for the very last set of fights. When that's done, for the last boss fight, we'll be doing a couple of mini runs to fill out the last remaining trophies, and then on a Mass Effect 2. Wednesday night is RPG night with Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire. Slowly making progress there, knocking off some trophies that sort of got in the way. So that's moving along. Friday night, Prince of Persia: The Two Thrones. We are really close to the end. The game got stuck on Friday, so we lost about 20 minutes worth of progress. But we should be tracking for the completion of the hard playthrough this next week. And then next Saturday back here with our multiplayer stream from our SMP server. We're going to keep on top of things. Check the socials, mainly Twitter and Insta. Messages go out on both of those before each stream. The Discord, also indicating what we're in. The Discord will pick those up as well. And we'll also punch out a message when the stream goes live. And the streams of some of our friends out there as well. So it's, yeah, definitely a place to keep on top of things. Otherwise, a very good night from me to all of you. And we'll see you all again next stream.